possible alcohol stove addiction. Okay, so everything out of the box now. Yeah, I think I may have come across a little bit of an addiction here. Maybe time for me to slow down the whole stove thing. So if there's anything you see in here that you think you want to see a demo on, or if you're not sure what it is, well, if you're not sure what it is, you're probably not a stovey. So this is my collection of all my stove working pieces and gear that I use just to go through a bunch of junk. Oh, and I couldn't fit it all on the table, so I set up a little bit on the floor down here too. I'm going to show you that right now, just because there was so much. I got a bunch of junk down here too. Some of it probably needs some explanation. This is a lot of just leftover stuff that was laying around. Got an old Sterno type stove there. Not really even anything to do with the stove, but I was looking at it, thought maybe I could use that case, the end piece for a stove. Old paint tins, I got a couple of these. Thinking about making a wood stove out of those, since they're such a heavy aluminum. You know, anybody who has two of these side open can openers things. These are a little weird. Just aluminum parts out of hard drives. I work with a lot of hard drives. Don't know what I can use them for. I thought about stacking them up and gluing them all together and making a little miniature stove out of them. These are pretty heavy. Got an old tin here. I already had some holes in it there. Don't know, a little wobbly for a stove. I have used this as a stove. You can see a little discoloration on it. I used it for a hand gel stove. I used hand sanitizer in it. Tried to make a stove out of that. My Altage lid, I think that was up on the table. That's really all that needs any explanation down here. You know, this is all your basic stove stuff. Another one of your paint tins there, paint sprayers. No choke hazard in there. I never finished this one. I was a little nervous that it would blow apart, and I also needed to get some liquid nail to glue that together. Not liquid nail, the metal glue stuff, whatever it is. I've got these. I've never used them yet. I've got interesting ideas for these little bitty aluminum lids that come off of the spray cans that my wife buys. They're like little lipstick lids, but who knows. Made a couple of these coffee things from NCH Hiker. Got one here I'm going to try and turn into another one. Another bottle that hasn't gotten there yet. Of course, you know, my second side opener. Got all kinds of bottles of these. I didn't want to put them all up here. Wasn't room for it. This is an interesting pot I found. It's a egg poacher. It's all aluminum, lightest aluminum I've ever felt. And you know, you put your water in there, you put your eggs in there, and you poach some eggs in this. That thing's so light. My mini bull design lid for my one egg wonder. Love cooking on that. A grease pot from Kmart. You stand a grease pot, just sitting on a little stand I have inside of there. So nothing special there. My own mini pod that I keep my stuff in to transport. I can build a little, put that inside there and keep it cool and so on. Keep it warm, I'm sorry. Standard windshield screen you're seeing there. Got my supply bag for repairs for my Bongo Pro, in case I'm out in the field and anything should go wrong with it. You know, it's my favorite stove right there, the Bongo Pro. That's why it's set right in the center. Just some coffee and some food that I keep in there. A lot of my little Altoid type tins. You just make little stoves. I also did try to make a flat bottom stove with this. I tried to glue it in with the weld stuff. Didn't work out in the bottom of a can. It fell apart, but I did end up using the top of that can as a stand for a stove to get into. I haven't figured out how I'm going to let some wind in there, but it works really well for a stand for another stove. So I'll have to figure that out. So this is all my stuff laid out here. I am missing one of my stoves, the crumb catcher. I built one of those and I don't know exactly where it went. Probably in my backpack. Do a lot of backpacking. I take one stove with me and test it out. So if there's anything in this mess that you saw that you want to see a video on, or know how I made, just post it in the comments below. Thanks, bye.